How many second chances can one fighter get before the ring turns into a courtroom? For years, Gervonta "Tank" Davis has been one of boxing's brightest stars, a knockout artist with raw power, unmatched speed, and an undefeated record. But this week, headlines weren't about his next fight. They were about his latest arrest. Davis was taken into custody on Friday after allegedly assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. And if this story sounds familiar, that's because it is. Gervonta Davis has been in trouble before, multiple times. But this time, the details are more disturbing. The evidence is clearer, and the backlash is growing louder. So what really happened on Father's Day? And could this be the scandal that finally derails Tank's career? It happened late Friday night at Miami Beach. Gervonta Davis, the reigning World Boxing Association lightweight champion, was arrested and charged with domestic violence again. According to police, he was taken to the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center in Miami-Dade County, where he's currently being held without bond. The arrest stems from an incident that took place nearly a month earlier, on June 15th, Father's Day. Police say Davis went to his ex-girlfriend's home in Doral, Florida, to pick up their two young children. But what was supposed to be a simple custody exchange turned into something far more violent. According to the arrest report, an argument broke out between Davis and his ex. It escalated quickly. Davis allegedly struck the woman in the back of the head, then slapped her across the face as she leaned into his car. The slap caused a cut to her lip, but the most damning piece of evidence might be video footage recorded by the victim's mother. In that clip, Davis can be seen throwing a small box at the woman as she cries and argues with him. During the incident, the victim texted her mother saying Davis was assaulting her. When the mother came outside, she found her daughter sobbing, caught in a heated argument with one of boxing's most famous athletes. When police arrived, Davis refused to sign a Miranda waiver. But that didn't stop officers from charging him with battery causing bodily harm. As of now, his bond is still to be set. And for Gervonta Davis, this arrest isn't just another headline. It could be the one that finally changes everything. So, what actually went down that night? According to reports, Davis arrived at his ex-girlfriend's home in Doral late on June 15th. It was supposed to be a routine pickup of their kids, but things spiraled out of control in a matter of minutes. Police say the two started arguing almost immediately. Witnesses claim Davis became aggressive, allegedly striking the woman in the back of her head before slapping her in the face. She had leaned into his car to grab something when it happened. The slap left a minor injury, a cut to her lip, but the emotional damage might have been far worse. During the confrontation, the victim sent a desperate text to her mother. "He's hitting me." Her mother rushed outside and captured part of the encounter on her phone. The video reportedly shows Davis throwing a small box at the woman as she pleads with him. At that moment, the argument wasn't just a private matter anymore. It was evidence. And now that footage could become a key part of the case. Police took the statements, collected the video, and filed the report. Davis was eventually arrested weeks later, after an investigation confirmed the victim's account. For Davis, this wasn't his first run-in with law enforcement. But this time, the cameras were rolling. And that's where the story takes a darker turn. This isn't the first time Gervonta Davis has been accused of domestic violence. Back in 2020, Davis was caught on video at a basketball game in Coral Gables, Florida, grabbing the mother of his child by the neck and forcibly dragging her out of the arena. The clip went viral almost instantly. Witnesses later claimed that Davis also struck the woman off camera after they left the public eye. Davis turned himself into police, but denied that he ever hit her. The charges? Domestic battery. He posted bail, and the case quietly faded from headlines after a media frenzy. Then in 2022, another woman accused Davis of slapping her during a separate domestic dispute. That time, the alleged victim eventually recanted her statement, and no formal charges were filed. But the accusations kept piling up. For critics, these aren't isolated incidents. They're a pattern, a disturbing cycle of public and private outbursts, often directed at women. And now, after the Father's Day arrest, many fans are asking the same question. How many times can this happen before it ends his career? But domestic violence accusations aren't the only legal trouble in Davis's past. In November 2020, just months after the basketball game incident, Davis was involved in a hit-and-run crash in Baltimore. According to prosecutors, he ran a red light while driving a Lamborghini SUV and crashed into another vehicle. 4 people were injured, including a pregnant woman. The reports claim that Davis left the scene, fleeing in another car before police arrived. Witnesses later said they saw him in the driver's seat at the time of the crash. In 2023, Davis pleaded guilty to 4 traffic offenses related to the crash, including leaving the scene of an accident involving bodily injury. The punishment? Just 90 days of house arrest and community service. For many critics, the sentence was shockingly light. Some believe Davis got special treatment because of his fame and fortune. But the controversy didn't stop there. Even while serving house arrest, Davis allegedly violated the terms of his confinement by staying in luxury hotels instead of his home. By then, the narrative was clear. Gervonta Davis was building a legal record almost as fast as he was building a fight record. And yet, his career in the ring continued to thrive. Until now. Gervonta Davis isn't just another fighter. He's one of boxing's biggest stars. With a record of 30 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw, plus 28 knockouts, Davis has built a reputation as a knockout artist. His raw power and explosive style have made him a fan favorite and a pay-per-view draw. Earlier this year, Davis fought Lamont Roach Jr. in a highly anticipated matchup. The fight ended in a controversial draw. Many fans believe Davis should have won, while others argued the judges got it right. Either way, the rematch was already in the works. Rumors swirled about a possible August 16th showdown in Las Vegas, a fight that could have brought millions to both fighters. But then Friday's arrest happened. Now, that rematch is on shaky ground. Promoters haven't announced anything official. And with Davis sitting in jail without bond, the future of his boxing career is suddenly in limbo. The reaction to Davis's arrest has been split. Some fans are defending him, calling it a misunderstanding, claiming he's being targeted, or saying he's young and still learning. They point to his difficult upbringing, his struggles with fame, and the pressures of being in the spotlight. Others have had enough. Online, the backlash has been brutal. Comment sections are filled with calls for promoters to drop him, for sponsors to cut ties, and for the boxing world to stop looking the other way. For many, this isn't just about Gervonta Davis anymore. It's about how professional sports handle violence outside the ring. Is boxing protecting its stars too much? And at what point does talent stop excusing bad behavior? Right now, Davis remains in jail. His bond still hasn't been set, and there's no clear timeline for when or if he'll be released. His legal team has stayed quiet. No official statements have come from his promoters or his management. Behind the scenes, rumors are swirling that major sponsors are quietly backing away from deals. Some fight insiders are speculating that Davis could face long-term suspension, or worse, and with the court system involved, his next big fight might not happen in Las Vegas. It might happen in a courtroom. Gervonta Davis has spent his career knocking out opponents and dodging defeat. But outside the ring, his life has been a series of dangerous close calls, legal trouble, public scandals, and accusations that keep getting more serious. Now, the question isn't just whether he'll fight again, it's whether he should. Because no matter how powerful you are in the ring, eventually, the punches you throw outside of it can come back to end your career.